I want you all to listen up. This is important stuff, all right?
John Canzano is on Sports Radio 95.5.
Okay, here we go.
Richie gets a peek into, hey, this guy might be pretty good. I just think it's ignorant for voters in other NBA cities to put Brandon Roy 10th in voting is ignorant. It's absolutely ignorant, inexcusable. It makes me wonder how smart the average NBA fan is when I see voting like that.
The bald-faced truth.
Call the PFT at 503-417-9595 or text at 454-95.
Here we go in 3, 2.
Now Canzano on the game.
Bald-faced truth, John Canzano, broadcasting from San Diego, site of the Holiday Bowl. That's tomorrow. Ducks play Oklahoma State in a game in which we know there's going to be a lot of points, offense, defense, special teams. The one thing I think that needs to happen for Oregon is no regret. No regret tomorrow. This leads me to my next guest, and it's a big guest for me to have on the show. I wrote a column that ran on Christmas Day about a simple plan. Sweet potato casserole, turkey, lamb, stuffing, dessert, family, friends. Katie Shearer thought a lot about Christmas Day. It became a landmark day for her. A couple weeks before Christmas, the 24-year-old was told to go home by doctors. There was nothing more they could do. She's got malignant melanoma. They gave her about a week to live. She didn't want jewelry or a gift or an iPod for Christmas. She wanted just a Christmas day with her family, to go to a Blazers game, to make it through that day. I received more than 800 emails from readers of the Oregonian. My phone message system at the office is jammed. I got a call from the sports editor today. I've emptied it out. He said, hey, you need to empty it again. The calls are spilling out all over the newsroom. People are calling, wanting to know how Katie's doing. They were inspired by her. I received numerous emails from people who said, hey, my kids opened their presents on Christmas morning. Then we read your column about Katie, and he read it to his children. One gentleman read it to his children, and they talked a lot about making the most of your life. And Katie Shearer now joins us on the Bald-Faced Truth, and Katie is somebody that people have had a lot of connection with, and so I'm going to bring Katie on here. Katie, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
How are you feeling today? Your mom said you had a rough night a couple days ago.
Yeah, well, I think I was just recuperating from the game mostly, but doing better.
You sound good.
Thank you.
Yeah, you sound good. All right, give our listeners an idea. That Blazer game, it was a big deal for you to go to that game. Blazers took care of you, didn't they?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Beyond what I ever would have expected.
I talked to you right before you were dressing to go to the game. You told me the only thing that was certain was you were wearing red and black.
Yeah.
Tell me everything that happened after that.
We got to the game. We actually ended up getting there a little bit late. It was just crazy. I didn't expect as many people to be out on Christmas as there was. So we got there a little bit late, but got ushered up and taken care of right to the suite and met the manager and the president, which was really cool. And from there got to find out we had courtside seats. So we kind of pick and chose who got to go down on the courtside seats. And
you had about a dozen family members with you?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So how did you pick who got to go with you down courtside?
My sister was right there, and she was the one pushing my wheelchair, so I think she kind of decided that for me.
So she was in, for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, we wanted to trade off because I wanted the boys to have a chance to go down there. My brother's a big Blazer fan, too. So.
And for listeners who haven't read the column already, you can read it on Oregon Live. But Katie is, her mom was a single mom, had 5 kids. And, Katie was there, helping her brothers and sisters out. She's the oldest child. When I talked to the brothers and sisters, and Katie, you don't start crying on me here, but when I talked to her brothers and sisters, they talked about Katie taking care of them, being there for them, tucking them into bed, making lunches. She really took care of everybody. And I think they were all so happy that you had a chance to go to the game. All right. So have you ever sat courtside before?
Oh, my gosh, no. And I never expected to either.
And so what happened after that?
After I got to sit courtside?
Yeah. Didn't one of the game officials come up to you?
The entire time.
Did one of the game officials come up to you?
Yes. I got to actually go back and meet the refs, and they gave me I got to meet all 3 of them, and they gave me a official referee's whistle.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, which was really neat.
Oh, that is cool. So you got a referee's whistle. You got to meet Kevin Pritchard, Larry Miller, Tom Penn, the Blazers' assistant GM was there. talking with you as well, I understand. Now, one of your cousins was watching, because the game was televised nationally, was watching on TV. I got an email from one of your cousins, I think it was in Minnesota or somebody, somewhere back east, who was like, oh my gosh, I can see her. She's sitting courtside. Did you have a lot of people who knew who you were and why you were there?
I had a couple of people come up to me as I was sitting down saying, oh, you're the girl from the newspaper, which is, daunting. But I had people calling me on my phone and texting me and saying, I can see you, I can see you.
Yeah.
So that was pretty neat.
And it came out at some point of the night that you either have a crush on Rudy Fernandez or that he's your favorite player.
Oh, God, yeah. Well, he is my favorite player, yes, but my parents had to make that perfectly clear as soon as he walked out of the locker room.
Oh, and we're talking to Katie Shearer. She was the subject of my Christmas Day column. It was her Christmas wish to go to the Blazers game. She's got malignant melanoma. Talk a little bit about your disease and when I talk to you, you're just tired of having the cancer.
Yeah, basically. It gets annoying after a while.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you've been through 9 surgeries.
Yeah.
You've been through all the treatments, immunotherapy, radiation.
Yeah.
What's the worst part of all the side effects and everything that you've been through?
Having to interrupt your life, I think, was a big deal for me. Just because I was still in school when I was diagnosed, and that was the most important thing to me, was that I didn't want it to interrupt what I was doing in school and have it be this focus of my life. And that's the hardest thing, I think, trying to deal with any cancer, is really letting the focus not be on the cancer, but on yourself and getting better.
And when your doctors told you, a couple of weeks ago, they said, look, there's nothing that we can do for you. Go home. Many of your family members or friends said that after you got that news, you perked up. Did you feel better? Did you feel better after that?
Kind of, yeah. It is. I mean, it almost was nice, knowing, okay, maybe I don't have to do treatment, and what's the next step? Because there always was, what's that next step? And now it's kind of like, well, I know now, I mean, I don't have to do the treatment. I don't have to do surgery. So it was kind of nice.
And how much pain are you in now, day to day? And are you on pain medication? Obviously, you must be.
Yeah, I am. It's relative. I take it when I need it, and I have a good support system, my mom being a nurse, my aunt being a nurse, and we take care of it pretty well. So it's not so bad.
We're talking to Katie Shearer here on the Bald Faced Truth. She was the subject of my Christmas Day column. She had a Christmas wish with the Blazers. What else do you want to do? I mean, we always talk about on the show making the most of your time, and I think the lesson that you have for everybody who read the column, or for me in particular, was, you talked about, having the conversations with your brothers and sisters that you want to have and doing the things that you want to do. I mean, what else is left for you to do here?
Honestly, it's not much. I think I've led a pretty full life, even though I'm only 24. I'm finished with school now, which is really cool, and that would have been probably top priority, if anything. To
graduate from Portland State.
Yeah. And that was really neat. So, with that being done, and it's kind of Christmas vacation anyway. It's just nice to hang out with my family and enjoy the time that we have together.
And I thought you had really cool things to say about each of your brothers and sisters. And I hope through the column that people got a chance to know you and know who you are, know what you stand for. What wisdom do you have for people? I mean, being in the position you're in, if you're speaking to other people your age or maybe not, what would you tell them with the time that we all have left here? What to do with it?
Remember you're mortal. I think anything can happen at any time. And I have had such a good time in my life. And just, remembering those simple things, remembering I'm mortal, remembering that I have a family who cares and supports me. And really, I would tell them to enjoy every moment while they can, because you never know. You really never know.